Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fourcast, show that is organized under the umbrella of ADA Talk Initiative. Here, we are testing our presidential candidates and their nerves by the provocative questions. But let me present our today's candidate. It's Alishah Aliyev from 1IB1. Hello, Alishah. How your things are going?
Hello, dear Samir. First off, thank you for inviting me. And as for my campaigns, they're going pretty well, I would say.
Okay,
Life is lifing.
Before we will start with the rules of interview, can you please firstly introduce your objectives towards the election process, which will held next week?
My objectives for election is to help students and help ADA school develop a better environment where students can thrive, every student's voice can be heard. My main objective is to give every student a stage where they can be the center of it.
Okay, thank you very much. So now about the rules. Our interview will be divided into the 4 stages: mild, spicy, hot, and snorching. All of the stages will represent one level of provocativeness, and they will escalate level by level. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Did you understand everything?
Yes.
Okay, very well. So would you like to start with the mild question?
Yes, let's start.
Okay. Your promo video turned out to be one of the least viewed on the Adadwar magazine channel. Why do you come across as less popular and charismatic candidate than others? Share your opinion, please.
The students' popularity can depend and vary on their experience and how many people they actually know as well. For example, for me, I am a new student at ADA school, so it makes sense that my videos are less viewed by the students than, for example, someone such as Camilla, who's been here and has been contributing to ADA school community for a while. And it makes sense for my videos to be viewed less. That doesn't exactly mean that one's videos views not being as high as, for example, on other ones doesn't exactly mean that they're being less loved or favored. It can just be that they're less well known amongst the school community.
Do you think that your promo video is underrated among the students?
Well, I'd say a little bit underrated because I have a lot of unique ideas. I'm not saying no one doesn't have any unique ideas. Everyone has their unique ideas. My campaign video can be a little underrated, but I am new here and I'm hoping that this is kind of also new for me as well. New environment, new community. And I'm hoping that as time goes on, it will be better.
Okay, thank you. But how all of us know, the videos of Camila and Farah got at least 2,000 views. Do you think their videos are overrated?
I wouldn't say overrated as they're my competitors and rivals, but I want to admit something. Their campaigns are very good. Camila herself, for example, she has been here for a while. She's very well known by the community. And Farah has taken the stage with a storm, not gonna lie. And their videos, I wouldn't say are overrated. They got their deserved spots, I'd say.
Okay, so if we base our data just by the promo videos, who you think is your main competitor?
I would say Camila is a very strong competitor as she has a lot of support from the last year as well. And Farah is also a very big competitor due to her campaigns and a lot of backing that she has received. I'd say they're my biggest 2 competitors.
Okay, but what about Mariam and Fidan?
Mariam and Fidan, not to downplay, but compared to Farah and Camila, they aren't as big as competitors as the 2 are.
Okay, thank you. So if you're ready, can we please continue with the next stage of our interview, which is a spicy question?
Yes.
Everyone has their weaknesses. What do you think is your main vulnerable point? Could it really make you a bad president? How we can trust you once we know it?
Well, that was unexpected. One of my biggest flaws, I'd say, could be my pride, maybe. Sometimes I tend to get a little mad at sometimes, but I wouldn't say that was is that big of a flaw. I still listen to ideas and I try to keep my biases to myself and make sure that it doesn't affect the decisions that I made. For the past a lot of for a while I've been president. I've been doing presidency and many other things for almost 6 years. This is gonna be my 7th year. And basically, I haven't made that many biased decisions, but I'd say sometimes my pride can be a little bit of blinding.
But can you please bring an example of your biased decisions? You said that you didn't have much, but so there is something, right?
There was one scenario of when I was a little bit biased. It was back in my old school when we were deciding dates for a competition. Unfortunately, one of the classes couldn't attend due to dates, and maybe it was biased, maybe it was the right decision, but the problem was that if that class, we had a little bit of clashes back then as well. They were a little bit of known as a kind of a problem maker in competitions. And also, if we adjusted the timing so that they can come, it could have caused more shifts and problems for the other classes. And I feel like I could have made a better decision, maybe postpone the competition to a different day, to a different week. But I just decided that it's better that we don't delay it too much. I'd say it's a bit of a biased decision. Some say it's the right decision to make, so the others don't wait a lot of time for the competition.
How many years before it was?
1 year. Last year,
so
ninth
it was
grade.
the last year.
Yeah, 9th grade.
But are there any guarantees that if you admit that it's your mistake, these mistakes would not occur here at ADA school?
In ADA school, it is our own. It is our school. So I will basically try my best to, whenever I'm holding a competition or whenever I am holding an event, I will try to adjust the timing so that everyone can attend. For example, after classes when most students are free, but for example, I will also take into account that some students may not be free at that time. I will check the schedules myself personally. This is what I used to do a lot. I'm very obsessed with scheduling. I will do my best. For example, if it's after classes, I will make sure that every single class can attend. For example, as we know, some seniors, for example, in national curriculum, they go to tutors after school, or in IBDP, for example, seniors have classes even after 3:20. So I will do my best to choose a day and a time that, for example, everyone can attend. For example, in my campaign that I'm doing, Speak Like a Host, I did my absolute best to adjust the timing so that everyone can attend. It is the time where the seniors, most of them, don't have classes for IBs, and most of the national curriculum seniors, from what I learned, are free and they can attend. I did my best, and I haven't heard that many complaints about the timing, so I'm doing my best, I'd say.
Okay, thank you very much. But before we proceed with the next stage of our interview, which is a hot one, we firstly need to understand the rules, because there is an extra rule here. Basically, you will have just 1 minute to answer the next question. But there is a twist that you wouldn't see the time. You wouldn't see the time. Oh. Can you handle at least one of your projects entirely on your own without any help of teachers, students, or administration? Or your values as a leader is to rely on others?
Well, that's technically what I'm doing right now as well. Most of the projects that I'm doing, for example, my own project that I'm Speak Like the Host, I did it myself, came up with the idea, the posters, the rewards, the certificate design that I made, I came up with it myself. A lot of projects that I'm doing independently, but for example, myself, I'm doing independent research. I've started a lot of youth initiatives. In my old school, I was the founder of every single club that there was. So as taking action when it's necessary without asking others, if I feel that the action that needs to be taken is right, I won't wait for decision and I will take the action for the good of everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. Basically, you did your answer just in 47 seconds, so thank you very much about that. And now we can proceed with the most provocative part of this interview, the snorching or the hell question. Are you ready for that?
I hope I am.
Some students say that your campaign is just a collection of empty promises and that under the pressure you avoid responsibility. At what degree you will agree that people doubt you because your own inability to deliver?
Okay, so they think that my projects are just fake promises.
Yes.
And
that your
that I
objective,
avoid responsibility.
that under the pressure, when you will become a president, your objectives will fall down and you couldn't deliver anything to the students.
Actually, there's a really good example of when I didn't lose myself under the pressure and I actually achieved my objective. Basically, I was in 6th grade. I just became new in this whole leadership thing. At the end of 5th grade, I was chosen as the regional representative, and it was new to me. I just became a middle school student. The whole leadership thing was new. And basically, I made a promise that we will have, and it was also dedicated to Nizami Ganjavi and etc. Basically, long story short, I promised that we would go to Ganja. It was very close to Shamki. And I made I'm not going to name the thing itself, the venue itself. We went there. When I first talked to them, I realized that they weren't very keen on it. One of my, I'd say, not to brag, but I can sense when something is gonna go wrong, whether from the tone or the way someone says something. And I felt that I need a backup plan because something could possibly go wrong. And there's a school that our school was very close in relation with, and I reached out to them as well as a backup plan, just in case. And unfortunately, the first venue that we talked with proved my expectations right. Unfortunately, they canceled on us. We were going on our way to Ganja, and the venue just canceled on us. Said, no, we're not going to host you. And that was when I was really panicking. I was really new to this whole entire thing. My first time actually taking my school and my friends and teachers as well. They were also going to a competition outside of Champion, outside of school, and they just canceled on us. I was kind of panicking, but I controlled myself. I didn't let the others know. I wouldn't want to ruin their day because our objective was that we would go to some landmarks to learn. We would go to museum, and then after that, we would go to the venue and have our competition there. But the venue canceled on us, and I didn't let them know that the venue canceled on us. While they were enjoying the museum, they were enjoying the view their day, I was talking with the school to get everything right, to assign the room for our competition. And thanks to that school, they got everything ready, the water, everything, the whole room was ready by the time we arrived. And our competition went very well. Like, it was really fun, really entertaining for me as well. Very first time of my leadership journey. It was chaotic, but it was really fun as well. At the end, everything turned out perfectly. This is one of my prime examples that I show because that was when I was really inexperienced. It was in spring. I was elected and at the end of the 5th grade. So it was like half an academic year-ish kind of thing. I had very little experience in that whole thing. And that is what happened, and that's how I handled it. So when it comes to avoiding responsibilities under stress, I'm probably one of the last people that will avoid responsibility. And for false promises, well, if I promise something, I am gonna make that promise. One of the things that I hate is making empty promises to people because that is giving them false hope, and no one would like to be given false hope and then that hope to be taken away from them.
Yes, of course. Thank you. So basically, you completely disagree with such people.
Yes, I'm definitely one of the last people to run away from my responsibilities. I've been doing leadership for a very long time, and I will try my best, and I promise, I'm making a promise that I will keep. I will never avoid my responsibilities. And for example, I'm right now Secretariat of ADIMUN 2025, and I am doing my best to make sure that everything is going in order, and everything is going in order as planned.
Okay, so, but what about the other candidates onto this election? Do you think somebody of them is making false promises?
Some may be making false promises because there are things that you can control and promise that, oh yes, I will do this. But there are also things that you can promise, but you can't have total control over it. For example, if I say that I will be making this event and I will do this and that, I can make that because it is in my control. But for example, if I say that, oh, for example, yes, I will do this with this student and that, for example, I don't want to name the person, but one of the candidates, for example, has said that they will stop, for example, the students from bullying each other, create this and do that. The thing with this is that you can never truly stop a person from bullying another. You can never stop that because it's in someone's mentality, it's in their brain. So you can't just go into people's brains and rewire how their brain works. If they're gonna bully someone, they will. And this is a really bad thing. You can decrease it, but you can never say that, oh, I promise, quote unquote, I promise to stop bullying, which is what one of the candidates has done. So it's kind of a false promise. You can never stop such scenarios, which is really sad, but it's a part of life. What the candidates should have and could have done was that they should have said they will lower the rates and create, like I said, create a friendlier community where everyone can prosper, not completely say outright that I will stop this.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much for answering all of my questions. I think at this point we wrap up this interview. You did really well. I wish you good luck onto the debates, which will be 26th November, and while the election process next day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.